Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball chat. Greetings, football lovers. Happy Sunday to the football family. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast. My name is Benton, one of your hosts, part of the Ball Chat family. Come on, Wagwan family. How you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Come on. Football family, we're starting late today. Unfortunately, we had a little emergency, so we're starting late. We're going to have a live and interactive discussion. Junior is not with us. Come on, Wagwan, where's Junior? Man, missing up in a way.
Hey, the place opened up, the weather nice. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Junior a lounge on the beach right now. I sip a pina colada and not the virgin kind.
I wonder if Junior went to Igloo Fest Atlanta iteration or Atlanta celebration yesterday and is still out. Or Junior trying to recover from never sober. All right, football family, Ball Chat Podcast, all about reviewing some of the week's major news in the world of football. We have Euro 2020 to discuss massive games in European Championship. We'll also discuss Copa America and give updates on the Copa America games going on. Currently, Brazil is playing Ecuador, currently tied at 0-0. Venezuela is playing Peru, also currently tied at 0-0. We'll update the football family throughout the game. We'll discuss Euro 2020, Copa America. We might even touch a little MLS, but most importantly, we'll always discuss the Reggae Boys at the back end of the show, at the end of the show, and discuss some Jamaican football. All right, come on, let's get to it. Starting out with Euro 2020. If you join us on FlowSports, YouTube page, Ball Chat YouTube page, or Ball Chat Facebook page, or Twitter, you can take part in the show. You can send on your comments or questions. It's a live and interactive show. All right, come on. Let's start it off with the Euro 2020 Championship currently going on. Round of 16 matches. Your thoughts on the games that took place this weekend?
Listen, Italy is my side. I am bringing Italy. And, them have them issues. And I was a little bit worried about them, because the squad is one of the oldest squads. They're old. The man Croatia have some old people. So a little bit worried. Today's game kind of showed me why I needed to worry. Not today's game, yesterday's game. Why I needed to worry. But besides scrape through, fancy baller gone home. I don't want to hear them talk nothing about my Messi again. I'm going to zip it this weekend because fancy baller was missing. And I don't want to hear the Manchester United man them come talk about Bruno. If Bruno gonna score PK, Bruno ain't scoring. So Denmark, I am happy that Denmark, got the win. I mean, it was a brutal 4-0 mauling by Denmark. What's his name? Gareth Bale was so upset. I don't know why he's upset because he was invisible for most of the game. He was upset at his press conference, and I guess he felt bad. He released a statement to say that he would continue to represent Wales until he retires. Might be next week. We don't know. So the games were good. I expected more from Belgium. They had a little struggle against Portugal, and it was to be the number one team in the world. They kind of struggled, and it was, was iffy, but I'm glad Belgium iffy. I'm sorry that Kevin seems to be injured, but I hope Italy can capitalize on that.
And those are the views have come on. We're not glad that Kevin seemed to be injured.
I didn't say I was. I didn't say. I mean, I'm not happy that Kevin is injured. I hope his injury is not bad. But
okay.
It would be an advantage for Italy if the best playmaker in the tournament is out. Him not have to be injured. Him wife can't expect to have a baby. Anything as long as him don't show up.
Soft soap baller, Kevin KD. But we'll discuss the Belgium versus Portugal game in a little bit. But let's get to your team, the benchmark in the first few games that we saw in this weekend's round of 16 games. Italy Italy defeated Austria 2-1. Come on, Italy. Italy is the benchmark so far. Chiesa did not play. Locatelli did not play. Were you surprised by Roberto Mancini deciding to leave out a Chiesa and a Locatelli? Locatelli being one of the more impressive players in this tournament.
I was, but in Mancini, I trust. I mean, I don't, like all of a sudden we trust him, right?
Yes.
So I really was surprised, but I think he wants to rotate the squad. Because remember, there was a story going around that said that he wanted to give everybody in the squad some minutes, and I thought that it was more strategic than anything else. And look, we can't say anything we want. So we can't say, yes, we were surprised, we were upset, we were baffled, we were, bewildered, but it actually paid off. So, I mean, what to say, but that it was a stroke of genius.
What to say? I don't know if it was a stroke of genius, but, granted, they seem to be playing old school Italian football, defensively stout. They just allowed the first goal in what, 30 something games. It was quite an impressive run. So they're quite stout at the back, and they're doing this without Chiellini. But have they really been tested? They play their games at home. This Italian outfit, they play their games, their first round of matches in Italy. They played yesterday versus Austria. I think the game took place in Spain. But ultimately, has Italy really been tested yet to really say that these guys have really, really been outstanding?
I mean, they were tested yesterday. I mean, we can always say it's only Austria, right? We can always say that, but the ball is round, and we can only play who is in front of us. So I do think that they were tested yesterday, and they showed that they deserve to be in the competition.
So they were tested yesterday. So Italy continues to ride on as they look forward now to get ready to play Belgium. Impressive fight, grit from this Belgian outfit. Were you surprised? Let's take a look at the top half of the table. Belgium defeated Portugal. We'll get into that game. Italy versus Belgium. And the next round of matches, France versus Switzerland and Croatia versus Spain are the other teams in that half of the bracket. Are you surprised by Belgium getting the better of a very, very, very talented Portugal team?
No, actually, I'm not. I mean, we expect the number one team to be team.
But come on, we don't take this FIFA number one we don't take this FIFA ranking seriously.
We don't agree with it. So we don't agree with the ranking, right?
Yes.
But that's what they are. They're the number one team in the world. So we have to treat them as such. So you expect them with Lukaku, right? We can't say all once about Hazard, but Hazard is quality.
Which one? The chubby Hazard or the maga one?
The captain. He is.
Eden Hazard,
I mean,
yeah.
He's quality. I mean, we can't say all we want and whatever because he has had some issues. But you have Kevin, you have Lukaku, you have I mean, Belgium is stacked versus Portugal is more leaning on maybe a Bruno. And I mean, like when you see Pepe is the man to marshal the back line. Then against a Lukaku, so you're kind of worried. You're worried for Portugal. You would hope that the genius who is Cristiano Ronaldo would have found a way to, and to be honest, I don't like the goalkeeper who was at Chelsea but now at Real Madrid. But he actually had a good game. And once you kind of hold Ronaldo, who is the link man, who is the utility man, who is the person that makes Portugal run, when you hold that person at bay, then I mean and the thing is this, so if Lukaku's touches was a little bit better, it would have been more goals. He would have had maybe another goal up to the end. So I am not surprised that Portugal lost to Belgium. I am surprised though that Belgium seemed to labor to get this win.
A big up to Geraldo Haynes, big up yourself, family. Geraldo says Italy is for real, Belgium dead. Big up yourself, family. Geraldo also said Belgium approach after the goal was very disappointing. They couldn't muster a good counter for 38 minutes or string 10 passes together. Big up to Nicholas. Nicholas here. Big up yourself, family. Jamai Chelsea running in from the UK. Big up yourself, family. Jamai Chelsea saying Italy in Wembley Stadium. And Don Frasser Hazard are rocks. I agree with you, Don Frasser. Hazard is a rock.
Which one are rocks? And to Raldo's point, because when I was watching the game, I mean, like Belgium could not come out of their half for like 30 minutes. And that is worrisome against a Portugal side that really don't have the stars that Belgium have. So it's Belgium, it's worrying for Belgium fans. The Italy fans are celebrating. I am celebrating. I am excited. But more on the street with two pot cover, although we not win yet. But yeah, it's Belgium has to be worrying.
So big up yourself, Prime Minister. Prime Minister saying that Prime Minister said Portugal's squad was strong enough to beat Belgium on paper, but mismanagement let them down. Italy looks solid. I mean, let's get a little bit more detail to follow up with what Prime Minister, big up yourself, family, said as we relate to this Portugal team. Come on, you have Andre Silva, big striker. You have Diego Jota, your big striker from Liverpool, who looked like a bug today.
I'm just a Liverpool fan, don't do that.
You're a big striker from Liverpool, who you're a fan of. You have Joao Felix, you have Bruno Fernandes, you have the legendary CR7 himself. And
Yeah,
I mean, how do you lose to soft soap Belgium? A team that has underperformed tournament after tournament. Players who once get punched in the mouth are not ready for a fight. Am I to be convinced now that Belgium has grown? These Belgian players have finally found cojones? Am I to believe that?
Listen, hey, football is a little bit of luck as well. And I think with Belgium, they were lucky because as Raldo said, that Belgium could not muster. I mean, like, did Lukaku have a shot on goal? 2 shots? I mean, like, so it really was lucky that Belgium came with the win. Remember now, the ball for Portugal hit the post, hit the crossbar, boom off of the goalie, point blank save. So when I was watching, I thought it was a matter of time before Portugal would have equalized. So, I think they were unlucky in that regard. But they pinned Portugal. Portugal pinned Belgium. Belgium couldn't knock out of them half. So it's just that Portugal was unlucky on the day. But then again, Belgium have the stars. And I don't use stars loosely. But they have good players that can really dominate a game. Did they do that today? No, they did not. And for this tournament, can I say that we are seeing players who are stars in their league look ordinary? Can I say that?
You can say that. There's some stars, some stars force.
Yeah, ordinary. So, Joe Felix, I some matches he's invisible. I'm not calling Pepe a star. I don't mind ball still, whatever. But for some players, Lukaku, I mean, even when he just scored the brace, I know scored the goal and the own goal, he has not really, marshaled the game as we are expecting. So, I mean, it's a good tournament. I like it that everybody kind of like the fan keep football.
All right, let's big up to Shamai Sweeney. Shamai Sweeney said Santos to be more ambitious with the tactics and formation. I definitely concur with some of this that point that Shamai Sweeney says. Big up yourself. Jamai says that Angola, Conte, and France win this. I definitely agree with that. Let's take a look at Fernando Santos, coach of Portugal's decision in this game. He went ahead, he benched Nelson Semedo, rightfully so. We thought Semedo has been a bug in this tournament. his replacement, Dalot, was not much better in terms of going forward. Defensively was a little bit maybe better. The goal came from his side. But the more important issue that I had was in the midfield. Axel Witsel is a ball. I think Axel Witsel, cover every blade of grass of Belgium. Santos went ahead and benched Danilo. Danilo out of that midfield, that foundation, the guy who's been a rock in that midfield in the games coming up to this. To play a different guy who, I think he played Parinia, who doesn't want the ball. He's a tar tackler, but he doesn't want the ball. Renato Sanchez needed Danilo with him in that midfield. I thought Renato Sanchez was excellent. Talk about Fernando Santos' tactics, and as Shamoy Sweeney said, and how did he allow Portugal to not play more expansive, to break down this soft soap? I'm gonna say it again, soft soap Belgian team.
Well, yeah, it's on everybody's side, he bought it. But listen, we can sit here and we can talk about the coach's decision. Semedo had to go. I mean, like, if he had played this game today, and I asked what is the coach thinking, right? And I think the game for Portugal was lost, to be honest, in the midfield. You could see it. But Benton, I don't know what the coach saw. Maybe he tried it in training. Maybe it worked, and it just did not work today on the pitch.
and big up to Yuri Tillemans and Axel Wood. So big up to El Pistolero. El Pistolero says Portugal created better chances, but Belgium finished the one they got. Jota have done better in areas where he got the ball. Jota should have done better in the areas where he got the ball. Yes, Jota looked like a real bug. I thought shot that normally would be on target was woeful from Jota today. Jota is still rough around the edges. Oh yeah, let him be rough around the edges at Liverpool.
Is he an academy player?
He's
I mean,
not.
like, is it new to this football thing? I don't think when he's banging in the goals and he's just making defenders look foolish in Premier League, is he rough around the edges? Liverpool fans, let me see.
El Pistolero is also saying nothing is wrong with the lineup today. They played well, but Belgium just scored the opportunity they got. Hey, something wrong with the lineup. They lost. Go on there, yeah.
I just think it was the unluck. Benton, listen, we talk about all the time. Football is a game of inches. Game of inches. If that ball had gone in, if Ronaldo did score, if the ball would hit the post, it would be a completely different argument today. But they were just unlucky. Inches.
Raphael.
Listen, me business. Any side come, Italy gonna name the food.
Any side come, Italy's gonna eat them. Rafael Guerrero hit the post, so pretty much the only lethal shot. But congrats to the Belgian fans. Congrats to them as they move on to the next round. Score update: Brazil versus Ecuador currently 1-1. We'll continue to give the score update throughout the show. All right, let's continue our Euro roundup. Come on, my brethren from Atlanta United days, Frank de Boer and Netherlands are officially out. They lost 2-0 to Thomas Suchek and Czech Republic. Again, big up my brethren Fabian, who spoke at length and spoke quite candidly how important coaching is in this tournament. Again, how does a talented team like the Netherlands are on the way to the airport?
Because of the coach. I keep telling you, when Jose Moreno opened his mouth and talked, ready for cuss him, but he was spot on when he talked about Frank. Frank is can I say immediate? I mean, like, no, he was a good enough coach. But him come on MLS and could not even carry a MLS side. So I just don't understand. The man of the talent, if the talent is there for the side, but he just does not know how to bring the most or get the best out of his squad. Frank, hey, I'd be surprised if Frank don't lose him work tonight.
So, all right, to play devil's advocate here, and big up for Frank de Boer. Is an easy target. Big up. He did take over the team after your fancy coach Frank Ronald Koeman, went to Barcelona. So, did Frank de Boer have enough time to really kind of put his imprint on this team?
Oh, hold on. Let him, Junior. Junior, stop letting me. But anywho, sir, over there, what are you? Listen.
I'm just asking. Did Frank de Boer?
Which new player in bringing a squad? Which new player roping? Is it a completely new squad? Listen, I only take these excuses from academy players, U9, U8, U7, flinging up probably a U23 team. We can't talk about that. But when it comes to professional players who have been playing years of football and are played together for the national team, Frank is a good enough coach. What is it that he needs to do?
All right.
What is it? Is he not a motivator? I mean, listen, sometimes, no, all the time we're questioning tactics. Jose Moreno said it best. He's a poor coach.
But all right, Frank de Boer had nothing to do with Dillit handling the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can't really throw that at the feet at Frank, right, Junior?
No, that is not it. I'm just talking the overall. We're not talking about. Let us. Today is important.
Yes.
But let us not talk about today only.
Yes.
Let us dissect his reign, the whole
yes.
time that he has been coached. The Netherlands have not done well under Frank.
Yes.
They have not done well. It's not that they're not good footballers. Him have great footballers. How can a coach of this caliber, of a Frank's name, cannot get the best out of one of the top teams in the world?
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be an issue.
Yeah.
It's not like you get the club baller them, and you get the best ballers from all over the world coming compared to your top side. It's not a DB side. It's not a Russia or a Finland, not a Jamaica, right? So what the quality of football under Frank has fallen.
Yeah.
And then you have to talk about it. It's not even in a nutshell as a whole.
The team
I
has
think
regressed.
Frank is the issue. Exactly. So today's performance, it just goes hand in hand with what we have been seeing, over the past few months from the Netherlands.
He seems to be married to this three in the back. Junior Pringle, big up yourself, family. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you gotta speak up, Junior. As an English fan, as a supporter of the Three Lions, I figured you want to be a little bit louder, Junior.
Well, first of all, I need to apologize to everybody for being late and apologize for this rigged up microphone that I have. But why work beat me, and I'm sitting here hearing "Come on, pile on" and Mr. Frank. Let me tell you something. Come on. The only reason why Frank not doing well is because he does not have his midfielder. That's the only reason why.
And who is this midfielder, Junior?
Manchester United general that would be there.
Oh, this Van de Beek, brother.
I thought you were going to say VVD. I thought you were going to say him not the big bad defender. Frank need to lose him work tonight.
No, but on a serious note though, I think that we are jumping the gun with this Netherlands is a great team thing, because how quickly we forget their failures in the World Cup qualification, their failures over the last couple of years. So at least give Frank some credit for at least righting the ship somewhat. Yes, it's not disappointing. It's not disappointing loss, but come on now. Did we really expect Netherlands to do something at the Euros? Be honest.
We expected Netherlands to beat the Czech Republic at the Euros.
What is this? Donna, you cannot be Jamaican. I remember as a child growing up, I got 99 on my spelling test, and my mother beat me and asked me why I never get 100. So I don't know where you come to. This man have worked class footballers and make the man them on the pitch look ordinary. I don't know.
This is
Frank
equivalent.
Arrow.
Hold on. Tell me one world class footballer that him have on Netherlands. Tell me one world class baller on Netherlands right now.
Gini Wijnaldum.
He's not world class, but he's their best player. Yes, I give you Gini. After Gini is proven. Give me the best baller. Don't give me Luke that has failed at Juventus. Don't give me who else? Who else we can just draw?
Memphis Depay has resurged.
Memphis Depay.
What?
Memphis Depay has reemerged.
You do not have something against Memphis.
As Junior, Memphis Depay. This is not the Manchester United Memphis Depay. This is the now Barcelona-bound Memphis Depay, who's apparently is a baller now.
Hey, and what a way you dash for your ex-Manchester United player in? What a way him still play for Man U, you don't call him world class to get on the program.
Van der Beek isn't there, so he doesn't have any world class ballers.
Oh, so here we go. This Manchester United agenda again. No, but I mean, you know, Frank de Boer tactically was found wanted. I mean, of course, they went down to 10 men in the 55th minute, and that did affect his game. So I will give them a little bit of pass. I thought they started out well in the first 20 minutes, and soon that goal didn't come, and the frustration started to set in. You know who I feel most sorry for in this are Dutch fans, Dutch football fans who ride with their team. It doesn't matter if the gates of hell that Netherlands is playing, they will travel there to support that team. The last time they won a European Championship was in 1988. The great
Benton, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. Then there's an experience where Arsenal fans experience and where Jamaica fans experience. So my friend Michael said Netherlands have been poor in qualifiers too, which is true. They've been poor all around. So they'll be okay. Fire Frank tonight and right the ship.
Let's go through some of the comments on Flow Sports and on Ball Chat Facebook page. Run through some of the comments. The family seem to have a lot to say. Junior, Prime Minister is saying Frankie Dion is a quality. Maybe he's on his way to being world class. El Pistolero is saying that he's happy for the Czechs. Fairy tale story like Greece, I hope. So I guess with that point, does that mean that El Pistolero is hoping that Czech Republic going to win this thing like Greece did in 2004? Is that?
It look like say imagine some my baby similar.
That's
what yeah, drink somebody baby similar over there with that tubs of rum. The bother with it.
Come on, it's not rum. El Pistolero, the Pistolero is a Spanish name for some Western shatter. And the Western them, what them drinking at the bar? Whiskey. That brother I drink some whiskey, man. More Greece.
Dan Frasa says that you guys seems to forget that the Czech Republic is a well-gelled team too, with a great football history. Yes, Czech Republic very good at form of the old Czechoslovakia. Michael Gordon, of course, says tactically Frank is inept. Shimon Sweeney says Malan shouldn't have started. And our Malin shouldn't have started, and in that Dutch midfield. Junior, before we continue on Frank de Boer, your thoughts on Italy, and before we get ready to set up the games coming down this week.
No, let me tell you something. This might be the most unpopular opinion since, come on, all of a sudden find an Italian passport. But I don't think Italy is winning this tournament, and I'm going to tell you why. They are too left side dominant. There is no attack. There's nothing generated from the right side. And for some reason, Mancini loves to attack. We know him settle the defense good. But he loves to leave his center backs bare. And Bonucci slow as molasses. And I'm sorry, if Chiellini come back, him slower as molasses. So I think Italy Italy is surprising a lot of people. They are playing good football, but they are not a balanced team. They're not. They are left side dominant, and I think that is going to catch up to them real soon.
Yeah,
If bad man had a face.
But Italy fans, if anyone has a different opinion than support Italy, it's bad mind. What Italian fans are sensitive, eh? Junior, he's your baller, and I want to take this moment to get your thoughts on CR7's play today and what next. This is potentially his last European championship.
Just remember, Cristiano Ronaldo is older than Wayne Rooney. All right? No, it sounds funny.
Yeah.
But let's keep that in context. He is older than Wayne Rooney. So what did we really expect him to do? Belgium is just a better side. Can we agree on that?
No, I won't agree
No,
on that.
not today they weren't.
No, I won't. I won't agree
Not
on
today.
that.
No, before you jump off like CR7, ask him about him boy Bruno. Because nobody took him like Bruno.
Yeah, Junior. So your thoughts on, well, come on, you heard it, Junior. Bruno Fernandes, we thought was pathetic with the dive hit and the bad play. Your thoughts, Junior?
I just think he's bad influence.
Oh!
Bruno, you see, Ole just can't wait to get Bruno back in camp, and I think he's happy and just go home and recalibrate and forward back. But on a serious note, though, yes, he was very. I think Bruno's problem is he's still trying to find his identity, trying to find him space. Now he's coming off a year and a half where he is the man, right? And now you're coming to Portugal where you are nothing more than a role player. And he has a clash there. And the personalities around him are just too big.
Okay.
Benton, what
Yeah.
is that? What is that we're hearing? Excuses? Is
Well-
that excuses we're hearing from Junior? Listen to me, Junior. I like a diving player. Where our hype on him in a Premier League. Nobody come back with them foolishness there. Like Iman Neymar apart. Ridiculous.
Well,
I just think if Bruno not get a penalty, it throw off him game. Bruno Penaldo, I don't ever call him. It's like if him don't get a penalty, it throw off him game. Let me be honest though. I think your little baller is a good baller, but he has not showed up in this tournament.
But I think bigger than Bruno Fernandes missing in this tournament was Bernardo Silva. That right side of that Portugal attack was found wanting. I mean, he was non-existent today. So it is what it is. Let's get ready to set up some of the games. Well, do you guys want to say something about Bernardo Silva?
No.
Y'all forgot that Bernardo Silva actually played today.
he was invisible today, and I want to touch on Pepe a little bit.
Yes.
Like, at what point in his career will Pepe stop being a dirty player? I mean, is it too late for him? We can't bend the tree again. It's already going on big thick oak.
Yeah,
It's like it can't flip.
Yeah, it's too late. I think Pepe's role in any team, especially this Portugal team, was huge, or is huge, because I figured he's at the end of his rope with this Portugal team. And the reason why I say this is just like he did with that Real Madrid team. You need somebody with Pepe's personality to be a bad man on the team, to be a gangster on the team, to let the opponent...
An enforcer.
Yes, and an enforcer, to let the opponents know you will not mess with us today. He kind of, it's almost something akin to Gennaro Gattuso. I know they play a different position, and Edgar Davids back in their day, and bad Ruud Gullit and Frank Rijkaard back in their day. At the end of the day, Pepe's job is to defend, but at the end, also his job is to let the opponents know, if you kick down my baller, I'm going to thump you now, I'm out. And I think he did it with Real Madrid, he did it at Portugal. So big up yourself, Pepe. Junior?
Okay.
Yo, when did Pepe get Barcelona license or Barcelona passes? Because what a load of crap the man just said a while ago. Edgar.
No, all right. And the reason why I brought up Edgar Davids, all right, no, because I remember there was a game way back in the day, Juventus versus Inter Milan. Zinedine Zidane was playing at Juventus at the time, and Edgar is the deep line role. And one of Inter players kicked him down. I think this was when Simeone was also playing for Inter. And Edgar Davids came through and just said, yo, clean up on aisle 4. I will kick you down. You will not touch my star baller. And that is the role that Pepe plays for Portugal. And the role that he plays for Real Madrid when he was there. And the role that he plays for Porto now. He doesn't care about being labeled a nice player, whatever. He will let the opponent know that I will kick you down if you try to damage my player. Simple. And every team needs a player like that, I think, in order to be successful. Every team needs a player, an enforcer, to be successful.
I agree.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like Ramos.
Just like Sergio. All right, let's set up the games coming. All right, let's go through the comments quickly before we get the games coming down. Junior, go through the comments because FlowSports is running hot.
LP Salero saying, come on, you need a bad boy defender in your team. That's Pepe.
Exactly.
Let's see. Jamai is saying, what about Diaz? I think talking about Ruben Diaz.
Yeah.
On his way to the Empire, Jamai. And that's where we'll just leave it at that.
Nah, but so Ruben Diaz, Premier League Player of the Year, look a bit soft and
Yeah, he looked tired, like he just wanted the tournament to be over. I just thought that he was okay with going home for the starting vacation from my report to Pep and in drama.
Good. All right, Junior, continue through the comments as we get ready to preview the next round of matches coming down in the round of 16 European matches.
Silva is playing too far to the touchline. He should tuck inside to offer the wing backs width. That's what Shamoy is saying. None of Belgium's performance at this Europe Championship matches at the Belgium from... Why, Shamoy? That beat me, Shamoy. Hold on. Got you, Benton.
All right, let's set up matches coming down tomorrow as the round of 16 in European Championship continues. Croatia versus Spain and France versus Switzerland. How do you... All right. Spain versus Croatia, 12 noon Eastern Time. France versus Switzerland, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Spain versus Croatia, all-foot matchup. Is this where Luka Modric did roll back the years in that last game, though? Can this old Croatia side pull the genie out of the bottle one more time against the Spanish outfit?
I think so. I really think so. For me, and this is why. So Spain is not the Spain of old, right? And I'm not going to pick on Morata because Morata gets enough drama and grief from people out there in the Twitterverse. But I think he works hard, but I just think the end product is not really there. And if you saw the goal that Madrid scored the other day, you realize that he can bang those in even at his ripe old age.
Yes.
And that is really worrisome for Spain because Spain has not done exceptionally well at closing down other teams. I think all their plays are going through Morata, and sometimes it's not even working because he missed more than all him score. So if Croatia can limit Morata's roaming in the box, I think that they have a good enough chance to beat Spain.
We are going around the bush. We know Morata born in an offside, so if he does score, it will probably going to be offside. And we know Morata probably miss a lot more than he does score. Do you guys find it weird that Thiago Alcantara is not playing many minutes in this tournament for Spain so far?
Didn't he get a knock? I thought he had a knock.
Okay.
I mean, remember saying I think he has a knock.
Okay. Junior, your pick on in that France versus in that Spain versus Croatia game.
I'm going to go with Croatia because Spain, somebody need to tell them that 10 passes don't equal a goal.
Tell who that?
You remember like when we were young, we play football and we were training, and whenever it wasn't about shooting a goal, is make 5 complete passes and not count as a goal. That's how Spain play.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no need for Croatia. Croatia is old and slow, right?
Yeah.
But Spain is not going to pressure them. The man can sit back, relax, pick them spot, and can be clinical. I am picking Croatia to win. The best thing that can happen for Spain is if Croatia score an early goal, which I don't think is going to happen. But that's what Spain need to become more attacking and be more on the front foot. If they don't do that, then they can easily be picked off 1-0 or 2-0.
I'm going with Spain. Spain scored 5 goals in the last game against Slovakia. Ferran Torres seems to have found his feet. I'm going with Spain. Huh?
That is fool's gold. That's not real.
They needed a victory in that game. They needed a victory to guarantee their passage to the round of 16. Spain has enough pedigree to defeat this Croatian outfit. France versus Switzerland. Of course, French is the benchmark team in this tournament, in my opinion. Your thoughts on prediction on this game?
Switzerland with Shaqiri will lose.
Oh,
France. France with N'Golo Kante and Pogba.
The best baller in Europe so far has been Paul Pogba. I mean, that's not the Manchester United bias talking.
Exactly. I think Pogba has been exceptional. I think he's flat. I don't know if he's playing for a new contract somewhere else, but he's been fantastic in this tournament.
If Dan Frasser saying Slovakia is not Croatia, I agree, Dan. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but France, I think France going to beat up Switzerland because, again, you're not going to get anything down the middle against France. Nothing down the middle. And
unless Pogba having a bad game. And I don't see that. And I don't see that. And Brenton might be right. Man, I play for a new contract. I'm PSG for come rope him or whatever. I don't know. But you're right. I mean, is it that he's playing freely? Him not have no fancy name off him head. No, I mean, like, what is this new Pogba that we're seeing? Who is this new Pogba?
It's not a new Pogba. Come on. All right. Who don't play FIFA? Me play FIFA, yeah? You see Fred and McTominay, them man, there are some 72, 73 baller. You see Kante a 99 baller. And if you have Kante beside you, Pogba know him can do anything he want to do. And him know him have the ultimate clean-up brother right there, so. But you see Fred and McTominay, them want to come like a headache because I think Pogba knows that the talent that is around him at France affords him the time and the luxury to be himself. He does not have that at Manchester United. Now, that speaks somewhat about the player. But I'm going to save that argument for another day. But at the Euros, playing for France, he's just around a very talented team, and he can be him true self.
Let me ask this question. It seems like the resounding favorite is France, based on the chat, based on what people are saying. But we know it's a ball round. Ultimately, you still have to play the game. How can Switzerland win this game? How can Xhaka, Shaqiri, and Switzerland upset the apple cart and win this game?
Get more penalty than France.
No, I mean,
the ball is have a bad referee, have a terrible VAR, assistant. But even though we compare that, the ball is wrong. Switzerland is not on the same level as France. Even I think with France, when France is having a bad day, I really don't think that Switzerland have the firepower to. Because even France bench is stronger, I think, than Switzerland. So, I just think that this is a done deal. The question you should be asking is, by how many goals will France beat Switzerland?
Julia, is there any way Switzerland can find a way to win this game? Park a bus and send the horses forward to get something.
It is all my Me Too people who leave me alone with this comment. This is sports, all right? So, Benton, get the disclaimer ready. Come on, lock your ears. You know when you watch a football game, when you watch Brazil play, what the camera find all the time? Some pretty Brazilian woman, don't it?
Yeah.
Switzerland have some blonde. You see what I say? What they must do is give some blonde with some bikini, some free pass, and tattoo upon them chest. Pog, marry me, Kante, marry me. And make sure so the Jumbotron and the big screen are sure right when the ball out to reach Pogba and Kante. I'll put the one there on the screen. That's the only way.
Okay.
Pogba will see it and turn away because he's a devout Muslim. But all I second. So, all right, so a couple comments. So, Shemo is saying that Griezmann works very hard off the ball. I agree. But is Griezmann an attacking midfielder? What is he? What is his position?
Yeah,
I worry about this man, you see. I worry about this man.
Yeah.
And yes, he works great off the ball. He's continuously running. But I just think he's too inconsistent. And when a player is too inconsistent, you really don't know what to expect from him. Michael Gordon said midfield wins games, and Switzerland's midfield is no match for France. Don't pick up Junior with the Pogba footage because sometimes they might talk about it till next week. And Shema is saying that the only way Switzerland wins is if France drop it out. Yes, and if Switzerland get more penalty than France.
Yeah,
big up Jeremy. Jeremy said number 6, take it to them. And him trust contest talking about Pogba. El Pistolier saying Man U midfielder bug. France midfield is like a Ferrari. And then Jeremy is saying ball round what? Roman midfielder. Yo.
Dan Fletcher saying Conte don't care about the females in the stands. He's a very disrespectful. My thoughts exactly. So listen, don't pay Junior no man. He's being facetious. Then there's something that can distract Pogba and Kante from winning this tourney and getting the extra money.
You know what though? You want to tell what Griezmann come in like? Griezmann come in like when they're at school and you have a group project and you have one youth who just write. If the first man say, yo, I'll write all the group member names on the paper. And me make sure so the paper organized and turn it in. While everybody else write the whole report. And I think Griezmann is the Achilles heel, personally.
I think he's doing, actually, to piggyback on a comment that one listener made, I think Griezmann is doing a wonderful job. You know, for France, he did make a comment earlier on in an international game. He said that the French team, to paraphrase, the French coach knows where to play him or play him in the right position. So he was taking a jab at the Barcelona coach.
Coleman I go box him. Wait, when he go back, Coleman I go box him, cross him ears, and cut off him ponytail, make him go and chat.
But he
listen. Yeah, he has a point. But as I said, he's too inconsistent. No matter where Coleman put him, Griezmann is just inconsistent.
All right, football family. Let's continue our prediction segment for Euro 2020. England versus Germany, Tuesday, June 29. The three lions are the three puppy dogs, whatever you want to call them, versus Germany.
Three kittens.
Our three kittens, yes, three kittens.
Germany winning 3-1.
Really? Germany beating England? Really?
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
And if Germany does beat England, the FA needs to reconsider extending Gareth Southgate contract. Okay? There is no.
Why? I mean, why?
Well, they said there's discussion going on, at least internally, about extending his contract. There's no way this German.
Why would he? Listen, who argue about why I think come and say Kane is supposed to start, and I'm gonna argue with the ball. I forgot. Them gonna remind me later. Them listen to the show. So get you to lose from Sancho. They qualified already, right? And you still have Sancho on the bench sit down. German FA said, make him come, make we give him book, make him play for we. Because it's madness. So if Southgate man management don't give them pause when they decide to give him a new contract, you think that when Germany them going to lose him with the word? Come on, Ben.
Come on, but surely Germany struggled against Hungary.
Mm-hmm. And they come back from the what?
The game draw, thanks to your softballer Kai Havertz, who seemed to have found himself.
Don't jinx him. Don't use a goat mode on him. Let him stay. We need him for the first half of this season. Not jinx him. Love him.
Junior, we know you've picked England to win this tournament. Surely you expect
Junior is good, man.
you expect England to beat the bricks of Germany Tuesday.
Yo, I expect England to beat the brakes so bad off of Germany with a one love.
One love is not beat. What is that? One love is scream through. Shama is really said England's biggest enemy is games. So cute. What you say? The children are destroyed from within. And Michael Gordon said the England wins. Listen to me, Dan Frater. Before you continue, before I forget, him say Kai Havertz is a clumsy turtle, sir. You're gonna leave my Champions League baller, you know. You're gonna leave him. I'm gonna ask if you leave him, but you're right. And the other day I told somebody that Kai needs some lamp oil. You know what? He's poor.
Yeah, he's been the what does Germany needs to do with Serge Gnabry to get him going in this tournament?
Oh
especially
my
at this big stage.
I mean, if he plays, he will. I just think he's underrated, and I think he's underappreciated. I think if he gets in a game, if he's having a good game, I see him as a major contributor.
But again, Junior and Cameron, this German backline with Matt Hummels, you have the speed of whether they go with Raheem Sterling, big up yourself, Raheem. Whether they go with, we know they probably might go with Grealish. Whomever they go with in that English Southgate goes with should be able to easily outrun that German backline.
Is track and field? Is track? What are you talking about? What are you?
Speed, kills, come on.
The goal of football is to put the ball in the back of the net.
Fair enough.
This madness ball outrun is crazy. The ball is fast. The players don't have to be fast. You cannot outrun a football.
Fair enough.
My husband teach me this. When me a referee and me a run down, Kevin said to me, say, come on, you cannot outrun a football. Make the ball roll.
Yes.
Listen, Matt is a very good defender. Yes, he might be slow like molasses. No, seriously, he's a good defender. He can, when he's on, and again, the inconsistency gets me. When he's on. All he must do is sweep Raheem for 2 times. Every time Raheem see him, that's it. I think they'll be okay.
Do you start Raheem and Foden for this game? How do you do it? We know Kane is going to go get the start up front.
But no, isn't Grealish going to play? I thought Grealish was going to start.
Yeah, all right, Junior, you're the supporter of the Three Lions. What do you see Southgate doing?
Yo, you know, me kind of did, I think about emancipate myself from mental slavery and I get me independence from England because that's some damn foolishness to go on the football field, man. I'm tell you something. Southgate is a big idiot. That's why I say it's going to be a 1-0 scrape through game that we going to come back and say England should have win that going away, blah, 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 blah. England, for the first time probably since Gary Lineker and Paul Gascoigne, this is their most talented side. This is even more talented than Lampard, Gerrard, Rooney, that side. More talented than that team. But they don't have the coach that can drive that talent. And I think that's the only thing. Yo, we are sitting here talking about Germany, and I see Germany send out Emre Can for go play one game. And we are talking about Germany like them have a chance to beat England.
Yeah.
We are talking about Germany with Timo Werner that cannot hit the side of a barn with a machine gun with 15 clip. He cannot hit the side of a barn from 5 yards out.
I know you're not talking about my Champions League baller.
about your Champions League baller who can outrun a bullet but still can't hit a target. The man cannot hit a pad with a sword from the back. And we are talking about England struggling to beat them.
Yeah.
Something wrong with
Hey, Dan Foster says Chelsea should have gotten Leon Bailey instead. And then Iraq is saying that England is going home Tuesday. Absolutely. I don't know about the Leon Bailey. I don't know if Leon wanted to go to Chelsea, but I mean the same attributes where Timo Werner have, Bailey have. So, hey, maybe.
Jerome Samuel says German machine roll out. El Pistolero says it's coming home. England taking this. Sterling with the winner. He did get an extension. Weird. As in Gareth Southgate. I mean, it was extended already. Backside. Weird. Them even give the man a contract before the work done. Jeremy Samuel says disrespectful to Sancho. Prime Minister says England's going fold as usual. El Pistolero says Sancho. Prime Minister says they're going to fold as usual. Sancho says El Pistolero says Sancho is a luxury. He won't do the dirty work for Southgate. I hope he's worth all this trouble for Manchester United after 2 years. And if England win, me stop watch football. Jeremy and Samuels, big up yourself, said that.
Hey, simple, because England don't play football. It's not attractive football. I'm sorry. Them bring Premier League football come down Brazil. It's we love samba. Them is a hockey kind of a football team. I am really sorry. And El Pistolero, listen to me. Sancho is an exceptional player. So Manchester United would be lucky to get him. Junior over there, salivate. Forget this man, right? To come over, Phoenix aside. So I don't understand what Southgate is doing. I just think, Harry Kane is firing blank. What is the harm?
Yeah, I think what Junior, I think El Pistolero's point about the dirty work, though. Junior, you were saying?
The dirty work.
As in, all right, one of the attributes that Raheem Sterling has is the ability to always play both sides of the ball. But is he always successful while playing on both sides of the ball? He's not always first. Jadon Sancho left Man City, and word was that he wasn't always willing to the defensive side of the football as required. So maybe that's what's going on at the England national team now. I mean,
yeah, but it's not work. But Benson is like, what is but it's even though Raheem doing well, they keep winning. So let me can't say it now. Work. It's a work to some extent. But they've not looked good. England has really not looked good, I just think that they've been lucky. They don't look good. I mean, Ian, why would you not bring him? I mean, why would you not play him? I mean, you bring him, why wouldn't you? And you know that this man can play football. Oh, why would you not play him?
I would play him. He would have gotten some minutes on the field. We've played 3 games, and he has not seen the field. I think that's foolishness. You need to get some time on the field. And they knew that them advanced. You understand me? Before them even kick the ball for the third game. Yeah. If you even get it, it's something else is happening. I mean, we are seeing it from the football aspect. Maybe something else happened why I'm not playing, because there's no reason. And Dan Foster make a statement in here. So to Junior Backroad, I want him to read it. I don't want to read it.
Kane and Southgate is part of the English FA mafia. Same as how Berhalter and Kevin Acosta is a part of the US FA mafia.
Hey, put the LOL, because the LOL makes it funny like a joke. Put the LOL.
No, man, leave out the LOL, because that is the point I was going to bring up. Bellingham, there is no way Henderson plays over Bellingham in any football game right now, right? Mm-hmm. But you put on Henderson. There is obviously an English bias in the English team. It is.
Clearly.
No. There is an English bias. If you are not English through and through, you're not playing for the side. Kieran Trippier is an English footballer that is playing his trade in Spain. When you look at Jude Bellingham, when you look at Jadon Sancho, English is not the first thing that comes to mind. So they are associated with German football, and it is what it is. No,
Them don't want to win then.
of course not. If Southgate want to win, come on. Your starting midfield starts with Bellingham. You have Grealish. You have Mount. Up front, you have, Rashford is injured. What happened to my boy at Everton? What score all of these goals and can't even smell the field?
Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
How the hell is Phil Foden playing over Jadon Sancho on a football team?
That's why Ivan Tooney, if you listen to ball chat or somebody know Ivan, tell Ivan say he must use sleeper mat deck. You see it? Now do not mix up, get cap you, roll over, come to the yellow, the black, and the green. Forward.
Roll up to the Reggae Boys. All right, let's get the fight.
See them, never see Kashamai. You say players to get blamed. Love run to take up citizenship of country where have coaches who use one set of baller.
Yes, exactly. And the final game in the round of 16 matches, Sweden versus Ukraine. Your prediction?
Really?
Yeah, really. We have to.
I have Ukraine a kick up Sweden.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Junior,
never 20 on it.
I have. Yes, of course, we're going for Sweden. Junior, your thoughts on this game? Really?
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 Who cares who wins?
I care who wins.
I care because I want my 24 to be here. I care. So Ukraine.
And just to remind the listeners, Belgium versus Italy in the next match. The winner of France versus Switzerland will take on the winner of Croatia versus Spain in the next round of matches. So and then for the other group match, on the other matches, the other part, Sweden versus Ukraine winner will take on the winner of England versus Germany. Of course, the Czech Republic and Denmark are already through to the quarterfinals. So really and truly, England has a clear path to the semifinals of the Euro.
Not a clear path, say a path, but it's not clear. It's murky. So Mark, I can't pronounce the last name. Anthony, he says football back in Jamaica. I'm going to talk about that at the end because I watched some of the games and I have a couple things that I need to say. Shamoy is saying that Mount is in isolation and it ends Tuesday or Wednesday. If it ends Wednesday, it can finish it back in England.
Okay. All right, let's quickly get your thoughts on Copa America before we get to Yard Ballers. Copa America, ongoing tournament currently going on. Your thoughts on how this tournament is shaking out? Argentina and Brazil are the benchmark in their respective groups so far. Your thoughts on the Copa America family? Brazil is what? The 10 points leading.
They might beat Ecuador.
1-1.
Look here, can I be honest?
Yes, go ahead.
Can I be honest? I think the quality is poor. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I love Brazil. I love Argentina. But I think the Bolivia, even the Peru, even the Chile, it kind of watered down the thing, and the quality is not there. I watched Argentina the other day, and I got up and I watered the garden. I came back and I still didn't miss anything. So it's poor for me. I just want to see Argentina and Brazil play and somebody beat somebody. That's it.
Junior, your thoughts on this Copa America game. Currently, Brazil, Ecuador 1-1. Yeah, I don't think it's poor, but my standards is very low.
The games are you're driven by emotion. So, like for example, the Colombia-Brazil game, you know, when we were at Jamaica, it's a dirty game start. That it was
Yeah.
just a dirty football game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, was it Bolivia playing against Uruguay?
Yeah.
Bolivia is showing that they are ready to play some football, right? So it is different styles. I appreciate the South American grudge matches because there is all right. Take for example Germany and England coming up this week. If that was to be played with South American mentality, couple red cards, blood upon the field, ray. It's just what football means to these players. Now, the big layoff, no fans in the stands. And we have to remember South American football is driven by entertainment, right? Not by winning. Winning comes second for Brazil. Winning comes second for Argentina, Uruguay to some extent. So when there are no fans in the stand for them to entertain, I think that take away from the spectacle that we expect to watch. And I think that has some part to play with it, but I appreciate what they give. And in preparation, shameless plug for Gold Cup coming up. Look out for Gold Cup watch-alongs. We have to prepare ourselves for the type of football we're going to watch at the Gold Cup. So, yes, come on. The quality of football, I agree, is not at the standard of the Euros. But the heart is there. The will to win. The want to win. The want to beat the man in front of you is there. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, I actually prefer the Copa over the Euros. So I mean, and the main reason for that is just centered around this idea that the Copa America is just raw football, tricks, skills on display. European football is some sanitized foolishness. Copa America is what it is for me. I look forward to some of the games. I will admit that some of the perennial teams that you thought would put on a show, the Peru, Ecuador, are not added at this tournament, and this tournament was rushed at the last minute. So, it's rugby football to some extent. All right. Before we get to yard ballers and discuss Jamaican football quickly, I want to get your thoughts on two things that are still out there in club football. Tottenham is without a coach. There's word that Nuno Espirito is the man who's the lead candidate at the current. Your thoughts on Tottenham's struggle to get a coach? Quickly, come on.
Nuno is a good coach. I mean, he would thrive at Tottenham. I think he has good ideas, and he's used to little players, so he fit right in. It reflects poorly on Tottenham that nobody really wants to coach him. No big coach wants to go to Tottenham, so it reflects poorly on them. They need to spend some money. Sell Harry. Harrison don't want to stay there, and just keep it moving. I don't care about Tottenham. Tottenham is a garbage club. God forgive me.
And also another Junior, quickly your thoughts on this Nuno Espirito leading the candidate job for.
I just say serve you right, Tottenham. You guys played your hand with this Super League and it bursts in your face, and there's no retribution. There's no safety net there. So serve on the right, and I don't think Nuno should go there either.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets a nice clause in his contract that when they fire him, one of them Jose Mourinho clause there. What, 10 million or 20 million, somewhere around there. Another quick news that I want to get your thoughts on. Everton is expected to hire Rafa in coming days. Rafa Benitez. Your thoughts on Everton potentially hiring Rafa Benitez to lead them after Carlo Ancelotti jump ship?
I love him. If something go wrong and you want it to fix, you bring him in. I think he's the fixer. I think he's a good enough coach. It's Everton's level. He can coach at Everton's level. So let's see what he does. I think he's a good enough coach. It would be a good fit.
It would be.
Was it Rafa the guy that replaced Carlo at Real Madrid, or was it vice versa?
I don't even remember, Junior. Real Madrid changed so many coaches. I don't even remember.
But it's just
Rafa is the man you bring in when you want to fix things.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a short term deal.
but then also Tottenham. Really?
Nobody wants that.
That far Tottenham? Rafa pick Everton over you? Wow.
All right, let's get to Yard Ballers discussing Jamaican football. The Jamaican Premier League officially kicked off. Cavalier won. Why, yo, Humble Lion said, Coach, check out the interview we did with Humble Lion coach Andrew Price. Yo, Cavalier's young team look like they have some players on that team. Technical director Rudolph Speed, to paraphrase, is pretty excited about his young outfit. Yard Ballers, come on, Andrew. Your thoughts on the Jamaican Premier League kicking off this weekend?
I am impressed. I mean, Chris deserves props. I mean, the production was good. The streaming was clear. I mean, everything was on point, except when them never have the ambulance, whatever, the first, but them sort out that. But the whole production has been good. I haven't seen a production as good as this in a long time. So I must commend them. That are the first thing. Two things, and it's my pet peeve, and maybe other people won't agree with me on this. It is a professional league. You want to tell me that the man at their home for over 1 year, and their girlfriend, wife, sister, cousin, mother, auntie, friend couldn't comb them ear? I mean, the first game of the season, man come up with them ear matted. Who no woman can't comb ear? And I don't remember what player it was, but the Tivoli player who ran up on the pitch with two clipping them ear front. Really? I mean, it was ridiculous. Professionalism goes a long way. This looks so sloppy. I'm not just bleaching, because I can't bother with that. I love Teddy. Teddy is an exceptional footballer. 41 though, with a beer belly. Really? Come on now. Even the captain Price for Tivoli was fat. Him have a big belly. That is not muscle. It's not muscle at all. That was fat. That was what stood out to me. Players, and I understand. You were off, whatever. You're out of shape, you're unfit. There's no excuse for you to be fat. That is just my pet peeve. Just ridiculous. The game between Mount Pleasant and Tivoli was pretty even. But they were on par. Had a couple chances. Some little wide tackle when Mr. was like, geez, it's cut it out. It's madness. Referee was okay, had the game under control for most, whatever. For me, the player of the match for me, and I think he rightfully got it, was McCain. McCain is a 20-year-old midfielder, and I thought that he held his own. He marshaled the game. He said in the interview at the end, you can see I'm a little bit shy. He said, and I must tell you this, the reporter who asked the question never know when I asked him, because he thought he was new. The young man said, no, he has been here before. He played before in the Premier League. So I thought he had a good enough game. I'm going to watch out for him because McKean is really, really good. Cavalier game was the best game. It was two young men, Courtney Allen and what's his name? Dwayne Atkinson. So, I mean, the pass was, it was sublime. On the outside of his foot, curve round, and then for the young man to go down and go on the keeper aspect was really, really good. And then that there is reversed roles, and he provided the assist for the goal. So, Rudolph, listen, Cavalier is known for taking care of their youngsters, and it shows. And Rudolph has done a good enough job in, grooming youngsters. And these young men are remarkable footballers, and I see them really helping Cavaliers. So it was really good to kind of watch them. The Humble Lions game, Coach Price, it was a bit of work for them, but it's okay. It's the first game. So all in all, the Premier League for me this weekend was a success, and I'm really happy that I get to watch it. I'm not complaining. Now we need merchandise because I think I need to buy Atkinson's jersey, and I think I'm going to buy McCain's jersey as well. So once those come out, then I will buy them and support those clubs and the players. So hats off to you guys for the Premier League. It was really good this weekend.
Yeah, Chris Williams and family, we need to be able to have jerseys or buy jerseys from anywhere in the globe, family, anywhere. Junior, your thoughts on the Premier League? I noticed Cameroon conveniently ignored Portmore 2-0 victory over Dumbo Holden. Dumbo Holden was looking to make some noise in this year's and the truncated form. Why, come on, just a bad man, Dumbo Holden. So, bad man, Portmore. So, Junior, your thoughts on the Jamaican Premier League and what you saw, the quality of ball?
I am happy that the league has restarted, right? And I too watch some of the games, and in the very near future, we might do something Jamaica Premier League related in the very near future. But I'm happy that the ballers them get a chance to get back on the field and play the game that them love. I am happy that they are getting the support that they need, seemingly. That them getting the support that they need. Them getting a platform where now people all over the world can sit down and watch them, right? Which is motivation for them to get better. With all that being said, the quality of football, you saw where there are things to build on, but the man them coming off almost 2 years of no playing football, and we saw what happened with Project Restart in England, and the quality of football was poor then. So from my takeaway, I'm happy that them play. I'm happy that there wasn't any crazy injuries after the first week so far. And I love what I'm seeing. The presentation is good. So all in all, I agree with Cameroon. It was a success. I think the quality of football is going to get better. And with this support, I really think it's going to drive the youngsters back to the field, back to get better. It's going to be motivation for the man to get up in the morning and do them push-ups, do them sit-ups, and just continue to get better. And I think Jamaica football will benefit from it.
Yeah. I mean, as you said, ultimately it's a good thing to actually see games being played on the field. Come on, I mean, I give you a chance to comment on Portmore. I respect the big side. And well, before you get a chance, one team is officially out of the tournament, UWI. So the tournament is reduced to 11 teams rather than 12. The students them are away for the summer, so them can't feel a team. Your thoughts on the absence of UWI and the impact it may have on the tournament? I mean, Chris Williams said pretty much a team will have the week off because of the odd numbers of teams.
It is what it is. It doesn't work the way out. I don't understand. I mean, they have a football team. What are their players doing? I mean, is this fair to the players? What if there are a couple of players on that team that could actually make Tapa's Gold Cup squad, or be invited to camps or whatever? I just think it is unfair to the players. They have their reasons. So let us, just enjoy the tournament with the 11 teams that decided to come. Portmore, listen, Bibi, your team look good today. Can you keep it up? Emilia is a very good player. The goal was really expected. I liked it. So Dumbo only did it for us, sharpen up. It come like the next Mullines, Benton. You was sharp up yourself, Dumbo him. But as I said, the games today, I kind of enjoy them. The Tivoli game was the only one where kind of like, because of the first one. But I think they will get better.
Yeah.
So for me, I think who said Tivoli are for them side? Mark is saying that Tivoli Gardens is his side. For me, I am going to go with Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant.
I am going to go. You know why I'm going to go? Mount Pleasant players were fit. They were faster and a little bit more technical. I'm not taking anything away from Coach Philip for Tivoli, right? Tiglat already threw what he appreciated in an interview. Me hear it. But I think Mount Pleasant put the work in, and I think they invested heavily in this tournament as well. So I think they will reap the rewards because the players are really, really, better than the other one.
Truncated version of the Jamaican Premier League tomorrow. Tomorrow's games will have Veer versus Malines. Big bad Malines running out at 1 p.m. and the big match, Firehouse, aka Waterhouse versus the champions of the East, Big Bad Harborview. What do we?
Hold on a second. What time is curfew? Is it curfew 10 o'clock or 11?
Jamaica open now.
Yes. So listen, somebody tell me that Jamaica feel like they're next door to hell. Why are you having games at 1 o'clock?
So game is at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Games are 1 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. kicked off. I mean, we can do some exemptions even without.
No, this weekend was good because it was overcast. So this week you saw less water breaks and you saw the players not really, struggling. But the temperature will rise. 1 o'clock football game.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So who you have? So who you have? Who are you picking? Who you have to pick out? Who you picking? Who you bringing? Apart from Malines, you bringing this time?
Let me wait to see the rest of the other 4 teams play.
You're both Junior. Who you picking?
Too early.
We're not die-hearted football fans. We're fence riders.
I'm a fence rider with every team except Reno FC, the local countryside on Westmoreland. That is my team, and right now, I don't even know if we're playing 5th division, all right? So Reno FC is my team. As it pertains to the Premier League, we just Jamaican Premier League, we'll just watch some ball and see who are going. I was...
Hold a second. Mark is asking me where he can see the National Premier League in New York. You can download the app and subscribe to Sports Max. Right, Junior?
Big up FlowSports.
We're not promoting Sports Max around here. Big up FlowSports.
FlowSports.
My apologies, Mark. You can see it on FlowSports.
Well, come on. Well, big up FlowSports. We're not promoting Sports Max around here. Even though Sports Max showing again, we're not promoting it.
Hold on the Flow showing it too?
No, come on.
Okay, all right. Mark, me DM you privately.
All right. Quickly, another quick question, but yes, football family, just check it out on as that other channel that Junior just called the name. That it's on that app, Bridget. On that app. You can watch this game, and globally, the subscription I think is what, $9.99 for all the games, Junior.
Oh, yeah.
Mark, follow Jamaica Premier League on Twitter. You have all the information on there. Go on Twitter and they have their Facebook page. As I tell you, it's well organized. If you go on Twitter, Jamaica Premier League, they have the YouTube link up there. They bring out the lineups and everything. So just go on there, follow them, and you get the information. I don't want to get Junior in trouble.
Big up management. Big up FlowSports.
In the very near future, you never know. You just might have a Jamaica Premier League show with some familiar faces talking about the games, right?
Exactly. Before we wrap up the show, one quick question. We couldn't leave. Gold Cup qualifiers Gold Cup will kick off in a few weeks. We expect the Reggae Boys to trim down their team to on June 30th. But a very provocative interview took place this week on Sports GPS with Shoshana McGowan, and big up Shoshana, big up yourself. Very good interview with Bridget, the one and only Mr. Jerome Waite. Mr. Jerome Waite, assistant coach for the Reggae Boys, spoke about the Japan tour, and he spoke about a whole heap of other things where we don't have a ton of time to dissect, because big up to Military Guna TV and other Reggae Boys fan channel who have really gone in and dissected that interview at a lot. And I'm talking about it a whole heap. But I want to get the family's thought on it, and Mr. Jerome Waite, just talk in mind. Your thoughts on this? To paraphrase one of the things he said, I don't really want. Why? Mr. Jerome, we had said, basically, the every game we played, everybody's expecting a win. More time we have to lose a game to paraphrase so people know that things are not together. He also says that there will always seems to be problems. The coaching staff and the technical staff have to sort it out. JFF needs to give us more support. To paraphrase this thing, am I to believe that at this stage of getting ready for World Cup and World Cup qualifiers, the JFF and the coaching staff is still not on the same page on how to get these boys to Qatar 2022? For the assistant coach, we met them talk in an interview publicly.
The head coach made the same talk too in public. So, it is something that the coaching staff decided is serious enough for them to come out and have a conversation about it. And the thing is we're not blind. We see it. We see it up to last week when the players who played last month in the friendly, they still have not gotten their money. They have not gotten their stipend that they're promised. And I think they're supposed to be refunded the money that they paid for their own visas, for their own COVID test. So and if you know Jerome is a very nice guy. He speaks, but he rarely speaks, and he speaks his mind. He's so eloquent, much in body, he does speak. So Coach Wade is just saying what needs to be said. The Joseph, we all see it. It's nothing new. We're not blind. It's not that he's saying anything that is not true. So maybe he's talking out now because eternally they've said it and nothing has been done. So Joseph coming like one of them boyfriend there, we won't wash the plate them in the house, but you have to go out there, go ball it out with him stung on the wall, on the corner with him friend them, him come wash the plate them. You might have to shame him out there, him coming in the house come to stop. So I think that's what's going on. And JFF will never be better if people sit quietly and don't say anything. So I agree with Gerald. It's something that needs to be fixed. If we want to be successful, we have to put in the work, right? Not only JFF, but the fans. For example, they had a jersey reveal the other day. Common sense, well, we have the jersey reveal. Common sense would say, this is where you can get these jerseys to buy. You make people, call people at Jamaica want Venmo their money or cash up their money to go Western Sports. Bloody well know that there's no jersey up at Western Sports. Only if you go on Umbra website and scroll down to see that the jerseys will be available on June 30th in select countries. I mean, come on now. Something as simple as that. So the JFF is sorely lacking. And if the coaches have to come out and tell us, because guess what? At the end of the day, when they fail to qualify, we are going to blame who? Tapper, because the coaches always get the blame first. So they're putting it out there that they're willing to take the bare minimum because JFF can't get no other coach to come coach for the little money where they pay them. So they're working for the bare minimum, at least support them with the things that they need to be successful.
Junior, before you chime in, and my question is the coaching staff already looking for your excuse?
I don't think they're looking for.
And this interview was conducted on the back of the beating, the 4-0 beating from Japan. A U23 team. Is it too easy to say JFF needs to do better?
No, I think this interview, and this is no disrespect to anybody on the island, but the context around the interview, I think Jerome was put in a bad situation because when you listen to that interview, there's a lot of pre-talk that happened before that interview. There's a conversation before the conversation, right? And when I hear the comments that he made, I think is a continuation of the conversation that they had off the record, and it came on the record. Is bad timing, yes, but it is to be expected, and it's the blueprint that just seemed to be the JFF blueprint. That every time around a major competition, one side come out and say we don't have enough resources, we don't have enough support, blah 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 blah. And it seems like this is their best way of generating traffic and support for the team. It just feel like the good cop, bad cop kind of scenario, where JFF, I think they are cunning enough to use this advantage. I really do. I really think that them welcome that villain role if it mean that the Reggae Boys will get more. The Reggae Boys going to get more support to spite JFF. How funny is that? That people are now going to support the Reggae Boys more to spite the JFF. That
Nothing like that.
Eh?
Nothing like that. Nothing like that. If anything, they drive the fans away because nobody supports losers. Nobody wants to support a losing side. And if they make the things harder for us, for example, the guys are playing, right? There's no stream. How can we watch them? How can we support them if we can't see them? CVM don't carry it, Flow don't carry it. Jamaicans can't see their national team player. Yes. Sorry, we're not promote CVM, but it's like you can't see them. You can't get jerseys. You see people online saying, "Where can I get jerseys?" You have to go on Amazon. Like those are the things that now that I think they found a social media intern, they're being a little bit more receptive and active online. But those are the things, Junior, that are bringing fans. I have so many friends who don't support the Reggae Boys because of the JFF. So I don't think JFF acting the fool will endear themselves to fans. Just like the West Indies cricket. I mean, like we see Paul Willow TV, now I turn it off. If it's not T20, we don't watch it because that's their level. So I don't think the JFF will endear themselves to fans when they continue to be inept. I don't see that. But one second, before you continue, Brandon Lee's asking, can Ivan Toney help Chelsea lift the EPL title? Ivan Toney against Chelsea?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that listener knows something that we don't know. All right, football family, wrap up on this JFF thing now.
I never finished. Did I cut you off?
Sorry. Junior, go ahead.
All right. Well, come on.
Mm-hmm.
But Jamaican people that are living on the island, if they don't want to cuss me off, email ballchatpodcast@gmail.com and put tonight me hate Junior as the subject. And I promise you I will read it and I will respond to every email. And we can have a conversation right now. And I must say something that is going to be painful. The official Jamaican jerseys will not sell in Jamaica. They will not. Nobody in Jamaica is going to buy the official Jamaican jerseys. Nobody in Jamaica is going to, if Jamaica say, if JFF said we have a practice game this Sunday versus Trinidad, nobody is going to buy those tickets and go to those games, right? But if Jamaica and Trinidad come together and say, Trinidad, here what? Let's go to Orlando, let's go to New York, let's go to Atlanta, let's go to DC and have a game between Jamaica and Trinidad. The stadium ram. The Reggae Boys, the idea of the Reggae Boys is just a marketing ploy. It's not a sports team. I'm sorry to disappoint a lot of people right now, but the Reggae Boys title to the JFF is a marketing tool. It is not a sports team. It's not a revenue building machine. The reason why them put Reggae Boys in front of Jamaica is because they are selling a brand. There is no football style associated with Reggae Boys. There is no expectation associated with Reggae Boys. Reggae Boys, Spice Boys, Calypso, Soca Warriors, all of these little fool names that them throw upon the teams is just for marketing. When the people them say Brazil are come play, them say Brazil. And when ball start roll, them say Seleção where them want to say. Them not say Seleção coming. Them say Brazil coming. When them say Jamaica playing, it is Reggae Boys versus Nigeria. Reggae Boys versus Team USA. It is not Jamaica. So the people about GFF and GFF only can email me too and say me hate Junior. I'm talking the truth. When last Jamaica host a game? When last Jamaica, we're getting ready for World Cup qualifiers, and you want to have a home field advantage. How the hell are you going to build a home field advantage if you don't get the fans used to going to the stadium? Ask somebody at Jamaica, when last you go stadium and watch a Jamaica game? They might say, 1996. Why Jamaica, if we're building a football team, why them not playing every FIFA date? Now come to me with enough money foolishness. All you guys are doing are trying to live off this Reggae Boys hype. I've been saying this for the last 10 years. Get rid of the Reggae Boys name. The Reggae Boys is 1998. Everything after that is carbon copy. So on the email me and cuss me for no what.
All right, Junior, come on, you get the last comment on this. Check out the interview with Trishana McGowan, CVM Sports GPS. Interview with Jerome Weird. Come on, you get the last word on this. Why? Don't send up my.
Oh my God, Junior! I mean that was I like that, but I really want him email and post it still. So you're not gonna get Ricky to come from the show after your rant and carry on a while ago. But listen, they have to do better to get the fans on board. Yes, Junior, we might not get 1,000 fans in the stands at the National Stadium, right? But they have to do better. They have to build, the expectation that we're going to go to World Cup. Yes, we get a whole bunch of wagonists. Nobody cares. And you're right. But a lot of people can afford a jersey because it's going to come with a tag price of what? $100? I mean, I don't know what people who's going to take them hard-earned 100 US. Well, people are fine with it, but not yards. So I understand what you're saying. But even if you don't get the official jersey, some shirt with the players, but because to be honest, the jersey design I want to have, I buy 2 shirts the other day for my husband. Same way the next year. Get it, dye it, wear it, put a favorite player in the box, and keep going. It is going to be interesting, Gold Cup, to see the support that Jamaica gets. So, JFF really needs to do better. And I understand when Tapa come out and speak, because Tapa don't talk. Everybody know Tapa don't even answer him phone. Text him. Same thing with Jerome. And if they come out and they say that what they're getting to work with is not adequate enough, believe them.
All right, football fans. Come on, we're gonna be supporting the Reggae Boys Junior, the brand, the Reggae Boys, at the first game against Suriname, July 12th will be in the stadium. And of course, Ball Chat will do watch along. Junior will be in the studio. Come on, any other news in Yard Ballers? I think Dane Kelly scored, if I'm not mistaken.
So Dane Kelly came back from Israel because I don't know why Dane kind of need you on the show to come and talk about your experience in Israel. Dane Kelly is a prolific goal scorer in USL. Dane Kelly is that where you're going to retire, sir, So Dane Kelly scored a goal yesterday in a 1-1 draw with the Miami FC. Listen, I talk about Lamar Walker all the time. Lamar, you're the real deal. We need you on the show to come talk to it. So this is Dane Kelly's 4th goal in 5 games. So the man pick up which part him left off. Nike
Daly.
Me butcher her name. Nike, me need to call if I ask how I pronounce it. Niku Daly.
Niku, sorry.
He scored a brace for Charleston versus North. No, they're not good, but anyway, but it was a good enough brace. Congrats on the 2 goals. Alex Marshall, we haven't heard about him in a long time. He came on as a substitute in the HFX Wanderers' first game of the season. Chevron Marsh, he signed for a team in Costa Rica called I'm going to butcher it. Jakarta Seroba or Secoba. Chevron, can you come on the show, sir, and talk to us? Let us know about your experience experience in El Salvador and now in Costa Rica. Young players would like to know. I know a couple of players who are hesitant in leaving Jamaica and leaving the USL to go and play overseas. Just come on, talk to them, let them know that it's okay for them to venture out. So congrats on your contract. Who else will have? Tiffany Cameron signed a 2-year deal in Hungary. She says she's getting ready to work for the Reggae Girls World Cup qualification campaign coming up. And Corey Burke again scored to help Philly come, from behind and tie with Chicago in a 3-3 thrilling game. So that's my yard ballers. I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Just the last comment. Junior, let's get through these last comments. El Pistolero, Regent. As Pistolero says, boy, the size of the man, them belly is out of hand as it pertains to the Jamaican Premier League players. Boy, Prime Minister says fat players. Some of the players. Those are the words of the listeners, family, not ball chat.
Come on, too, because Teddy sure couldn't 39 pounds.
He just need a bigger pants, come on.
And Price, the captain of Tivoli, trouble too. You guys enjoyed off-season a little bit too much. Carry on, sorry, sir.
Junior, any comments on FlowSports? Let's wrap up with the comments from FlowSports as we go my way out.
Dan Foster says Jamaica needs to build a stadium like FC Cincinnati TQL in Upper St. Andrew. And he also said that will never happen. I think he was talking about what Kamon was suggesting. Michael Gardner said GFF is the worst ran organization out of Jamaica, and that's saying a lot. Brandon Lee saying, come on, Lee, I saw something saying Chelsea is interested. Guessing
Ivan Tooney.
Dan Foster saying, bad boy Burke.
Bad boy Burke.
Hey, listen, the show really run over, and them cuss me all the time because of my fault. Because trust me, I love football. But listen, Dan, when you talk about Jamaica building a stadium, Junior said it right. Jamaica is not really a football nation. We're track and field. Them quick to build stadium, put in nice field, turf, track, get everything, Babsy have party, dance, everything for track and field athletes. They don't invest in football enough in Jamaica. We're not getting out a nice pretty stadium for that. We're not even counting the one on Mobile because that's too far for people to travel, right? And we see it how they deal with players from the schoolboy level, calls, the write-up, and even the women football. So it's not a football nation. So they're not going to invest. Everybody needs to write a letter to Babsy and tell her that she's stupid.
Minister Babsy great. Maybe the footballers then need to win a trophy like how the tracksman them win gold medal. Football family, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. The score of the Brazil game, the final score of the Brazil game, what? Ended 1-1?
Yeah, 1-1.
1, and the Venezuela game also ended 1-1 or 0-0.
I'll tell you in a second.
Just getting the last scores out for Copa America football family. Last scores out.
Last scores. Venezuela, Peru won 1-0.
Okay, Peru won 1-0. So ultimately, I think that books Peru a place into the next round. Top 4 goes through. All right, football family, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy Sunday to join us. You can connect with us on Instagram, Ball Chat Podcast. We're on Twitter at Ball Chat 1. We're on Facebook at Ball Chat. Email us, or specifically email Junior at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. Send all your hate mail to him. I don't want to hear them. Football family, we're gonna be in the stadium. 2/3 of the Ball Chat family will be in the stadium to support the Reggae Boys for the Gold Cup game. We'll also have a watch along in studio. Junior will run things, and the rest of us will give live update from the stadium. Yo, family, thank you for joining us. Big up on yourself. We're gonna road,
Theater.